Tokyo, Japan. My name is Gary Verheller, and I'll be your host for what we call the Substance of Living podcast. Today, we'll look at what we call life's lessons. And I hope this will provide you with some insight, maybe even some inspiration to life's challenges. Hello, and welcome to episode 25, entitled How to Learn Part 2. In the first session, I talked about different strategies you could use and the importance of having a good coach. This time, I'm going to teach you about how I start my training and how I conduct my training. And I think it might help you in that you'll be able to apply what I'm using myself. So one of the first things that come up on the board, a slide, a PowerPoint slide or a keynote slide, says, "Do not believe me." And that stuns most people, particularly executives or even high school students, particularly here in Japan, because the teacher is God. So, do not believe me. And people just, what's this? So now I have their attention. And I'll say, you're not a computer. I'm not a programmer. And I do not want you to just simply, Gary said. I don't want that. What I want you to do is three things. Number one, learn and master exactly as I've taught you. In fact, you can imitate me. That's okay. Learn and master the material as I've taught it. The skills or the material or the information. Step two. So for one, learn and master. Step two is adapt. Adapt it to your personal, unique style. As I've said in other videos, humans share, this is science, humans share 99.996% DNA. But it's that 0.004% that makes you unique. As a result, you need to know what your own unique style is. So you adapt. Number one, learn and master. Number two, adapt it to your personal, unique style. Number three, and most important is take what I've taught you, the skills, the information, and use it in the real world. Try it for yourself. Don't believe me. Try it for yourself. I know the material that I'm teaching is good. I literally live what I teach. But I don't want you to just believe me. I want you to try it for yourself because experience is the best teacher. In fact, there's a story I read from the Dalai Lama. And the Dalai Lama said, if somebody makes you angry, what's the first thing you should say? You say, thank you. And that usually gets a response from people like, well, what are you talking about? Thank you. I'm angry. You say, thank you. Why? Because this is an opportunity to learn. You could read about this, you wouldn't learn it as well. You could role play it, you wouldn't learn it as well. You could watch a video on it, you wouldn't learn it as well. Because this is real life, teaching you how to learn. And so you say, thank you. Tell me more. And suddenly you're more in control, and it's an opportunity to learn about yourself. So, real life experience. So once again, learn and master as I teach it. 2, adapt it to your own unique personal style. And 3, use it in the real world and try it for yourself. Don't just believe me. Experience is the greatest teacher, and having a real life experience will teach you more than any class will ever teach you. So it's important to have a plan, but be ready. And notice you have the plan because you've got step 1 and step 2. It's important to have a plan and be ready that plans never go as you think they might. Plans always change. So be ready for that. Welcome that. The most successful people I know welcome change, expect change, embrace change because it's an opportunity to continue to evolve. So that's episode number 25 entitled How to Learn Part 2. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today for the Substance of Living podcast. If you'd be kind enough to consider subscribing, you can contact us through Spotify or Apple Podcasts or connect on Twitter. Join us again next time for what I hope will help you navigate life.